so cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about all the predecessors, right? So like people like and all the traditional painters have massively influenced me.
Why don't we, in honest, I like to give out roses more often. You know, you have a little bit. Just rattle off some names that you think deserve some Googling from the people listening right now. And do they have NFTs for people to go discover? And who do you think is underrated as a pioneer that has NFTs that people, because people love a good little alpha, that might be nice for the Google.
I mean, the Alpha 1 person that just came to mind, sorry, Volker Littman, who's a German artist. He was making primitive work before I was. He was one of the people that I saw. It really inspired me. I think he has a great sense for color, form, rhythm, and he made really beautiful generative artwork that I saw when he was first getting started.
How's that spelled?
Holger Littman, Holger. Littman is, I think, Littmann. And he just put out 100 NFTs with Pride Moments and there's a show that's going on right now. I think he deserves a lot more recognition. Other contemporary artists, fantastic work. Let's see, Sophia Crespo, amazing work. Super high quality. There's a bunch of generative artists that are already making amazing work. Peter Cherniak, Ben Kovac. These are all people, generative artists that have been watching work for 5 years or more at this point, and they've been consistently making amazing work. And so I think that kind of one has kind of track record. You want to see the artist take it serious for a long time.
Especially in this case,
That's how you don't get wrong, right?
That's right. Like as you saw by my background, I love collecting things. So I'm a little more shocked because there was comic books, sports cards, so you can imagine the PFP thing really works for me, right? Yeah. And so for me, while I'm working chasing the 2021, 2022 projects, I want to buy plasma figures. Like I want to buy, Crypto Strikers. Like I like the Crypto Skulls. Like anything pre-2021. Because maybe 2020 was like a between, but like for me, if I find 2019, 18, 17 Ethereum projects, I get excited.
Yeah. There's not a ton of super early generative work. I mean, Autoglyphs is kind of the classic example of these that are already pretty if you want to go OG, the original, the earliest generative art was late 1960s or 1970s. It's still massively underpriced in my mind.
How do you
amazing work for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000.
Tell me about that. Is that an NFT or is that just digital art?
That's just in most cases this is work that was designed digitally but then plotted onto paper. So they didn't have enough printers at that point in time, and these artists were working with plotters and like simple 2D robots, and then you give it instructions to draw. There are a lot of generative artists that started that. They get these plotter drawings still.
Might be time to bake something.
And all those artists had a huge.
What you think, Lisa Vaughn? Could you eat a baked good?
And Tyler, those are framed.
Well, I didn't ask you if you wanted to cook the baked good.
Yeah.
I asked you, could you eat a baked good?
eBay or is that more stuff?
Yeah, it's harder. There you kind of have to have the galleries and those types of places. So I wish that it was as simple as NFTs. That's part of, I think, why NFTs have such a big price difference with some of the traditional work is just
I can
such
bake
a better marketplace.
with whatever we have.
Out there, you can tell
Get it used up.
And how much you bought it for, who owns what, and just so much more transparent. And I think it's a much healthier marketplace versus the traditional art world where things are kind of locked up and hidden away. And sometimes they only sell to specific people. They won't just sell to any dude who walks in the door with a bag of money, right? So, I think I wish the traditional art world was as NFTs. Not yet. I think they'll figure it out.
to is what I'm most excited about in this whole space, which is the NFTization of physical items that sit in temperature controlled, fireproof warehousing. And now I'm creating an NFT that represents the physical. And if I want the physical in my apartment, I'm bringing the NFT.
Thank you,
again.
Ichiban. I
Otherwise,
appreciate
it's just
you.
trading, correct?
Appreciation.
Debatable about the bringing the NFT part, but I think we'll see multiple different arrangements of how the NFT and the physical are related, right? Like whether they're kind of like legally bound to be together, whether they're allowed to be separate, whether you have to pick one or the other, right? Like there's the Damien Hirst project is really interesting.
Yeah.
So,
It was awesome. That was on launch.
For appreciating my art.
Where
You told me you like this painting. That's
Damien Hirst,
helping me as an artist move forward and
right now.
continue.
Last year, currency, right? He made whatever it is,
Appreciate
3,000
it.
of his dot paintings this big, and so he sold it. And I think this summer, like a 1-year anniversary, everybody that holds the NFT has to pick: do I want the NFT or do I want the painting? Right? And really, really fascinating to see what happens because you literally have the option to have a painting from like the most successful living artist, and I think most people are going to pick the NFT or the painting. That's my guess, and that'll be a really groundbreaking moment. It really demonstrates, I think, the seriousness of this art.
It's not updated.
So, yeah, fascinating project.
But I do.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's
Needs to be
one of the
updated.
more interesting things going on in this space. To me, it's the reverse because he launched it that way. Everybody knew from day one that we were going to have a 1 year to make a decision, burn or keep, right? To me, what I'm talking about is my Michael Jordan rookie card. Whenever company or companies, you see where I'm going? A little bit post game, my Michael Jordan rookie card, or for example, I'm like Googling as you're talking, like I definitely want to buy some original 60s generative art. I'm gonna have that now because it's just cool. When I have that, if one day in 15 years I want to send that into a company that creates an NFT that represents that exact thing, then I hold the NFT. Then I could actually trade it. Like if my friend Mike buys it, he might buy it because he thinks I undersold it. But he doesn't have to take the physical. He may continue to want to trade on it. Back to your thing on, I wish it was as easy to collect. Well, it can be if companies, and I believe the future eBay will be this, or if eBay has this. I believe much like data centers for Amazon Cloud Services and all, you know what's happened in your lifetime. Because you know a little bit enough about tech to know what I'm saying. I actually think we're in the precipice of having ungodly amounts of warehouses built around the world, fireproof and temperature controlled, to take on physical items, to issue NFTs that represent that physical item. They're traded. The sixth guy or gal that gets the vase actually wants it in their home. Thus, they quote unquote call the NFT. They have to burn it so it goes off the blockchain to represent it. Where I'm going, now keeps the vase and has it. And if she 7 years later wants to put it back up, she resends it. A new NFT is, and so they're tied together. See what, like a montage. I think.
No, I think you're right. I think something along those lines could really, really happen. And one interesting element that will probably support this is, what's awfully nice about NFTs is it makes it so much easier to show your collection off to other people, right? So normally, like, I've got like painting on my wall, right? The only people that get to see this are the people that physically come to my home. When you have this digital work, you have something that's, especially in an NFT, there's so much tooling and platforms to share that work with other people. Like people are enjoying other people's collections so much more than before with NFTs because it's so much easier to show off your collection. So I think a lot of physical work will be NFTized and shown in like virtual galleries, just because it's so much easier to for other people to enjoy that, and a few people here and there will be able to see the physical work, but really 99% of people are going to be seeing the work on the internet or virtual reality or whatever. So it makes more sense to have the work well documented and well shown in that space to me. So
talk about the explosion of Fidenza. A, how the name come up. B, your entire NFT trajectory. Like I love stories. I have a lot of collectors, and I think people will enjoy, like, oh, you put it out and it was $1, and now it's what? Like, oh, give me that.
Okay. I'll try to stick to the facts here. Okay, so early 2021, I'd done nothing with NFTs, and everybody I know starts DMing me saying, you gotta get into NFTs, like, this is the jam.
This is now January, February, March,
Yeah, exactly, like January, February, yeah. And so, end of February, I see...
I apologize, real quick. I apologize, because this is important context. The digital generative art you were making up to that point...
I was selling that as, like, unique prints, rather than NFTs. Yeah.
Unique prints. So it was you the thing, and you would print it out and sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
And for everyone's context, how much would those be?
Those were selling between, at that time, like $500 and maybe $2,500, something like that.
A piece.
Yeah, a piece.
And were those one of ones, or?
Yeah, I was doing unique prints.
Yep.
So generative art, I can generate multiple images.
That's pretty successful.
Yeah, for an artist, I was able to support myself full time at that point. Not luxurious lifestyle or whatever, but I was able to eke it out at that point, and it had taken me years and years of work and building up my collector base in order to be able to do that.
How much were your original pieces on print going for?
You mean like whenever I first started, the first prints I ever sold? Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like 50 or $100, something like that. So.
And where are those? And who's got those? And can you send them?
Yeah, I have records of it. Honestly, I probably need to like email some of those people and tell them to like be careful with their prints.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. 2021. I've been selling these prints, right? People are telling me you gotta get into NFTs. I see one of my favorite artists, Chettleville, do this project called Archetype on Art Blocks, and I see that Dimitri Cherniak has also done Ringers on Art Blocks, and these are amazing projects. And I just tell right away I need to do this. This is like perfect for my work.
Right. You see two other people that you would say you aspire to be like. You feel like the kinship. They're your people. They did it. And Ringers is such a beautiful project. You love it, and you're like, let's go.
Absolutely, yeah. So like that evening, I sent an email to Eric at Art Blocks, and
have you known Snowpro already?
No, I had not known Snowpro. Apparently, he had been following my work, but I didn't know who he was. And first, I heard of Art Blocks, and so I sent this email, and I was like, "Hey, I have this project. It looks kind of like this. Can I get in the queue to be an Art Blocks project? I'm still gonna work on it some, but here's what I've got right now." And he emailed me back, and he was like, "You can't believe how excited I was to read your email and let's do this." So I still had to wait in line. It was like 3 months until Fidenza was launched, but I was working every day, just really improving it, polishing it, doing everything that I could for it. And so Fidenza initially sold, so it's 999 iterations, 999 unique NFTs from the same algorithm. So they're related, but each one's different. And the initial sales price was like 0.17 ETH, I think. So it was like something like $400, maybe $450, I can't remember. So this was like going to be by far like the biggest project I had ever done, just with those numbers. And that was really gonna, in my mind, help me get set up as an artist, work full time, have a little more financial security. So everything sold out in like 20 minutes, something like that. And then people started getting, I think, really excited about the work. They started to dig in. And one of the cool things about Fidenza is just it has a lot of variety and a lot of really interesting corners and outliers to the algorithm. So as people started to look more and more at the output, they really started to understand how generative art could work this way and really get a feel for the algorithm. And so the price just started going up and up. And then it was like at some points it was like doubling every week.
The numbers got absolutely crazy.
They got crazy. There was one point where the floor was like almost like 200 ETH, and I remember like calculating the valuation, and it was like all of Fidenza, the floor valuation was like $1 billion for the whole algorithm, and I was like, okay, I know this is like.
That, 7, 8 months ago, was that making you uncomfortable when they were? I remember 313's for 1,000 Ethereum, right?
That's right. Yeah, number 313 sold for 1,000 ETH to Punk 6529. Hope I got those numbers in the right order. Yeah, I mean, it was a total trip. Like I felt like it was a Alice in Wonderland kind of experience. Every day things were happening that were blowing my mind. And of course, it felt great, but it's also any sort of change is uncomfortable, right? Even if it's like positive change. And so I could feel that things were like totally shifting at around.
Do you feel pressure? Do you like? Is there a part of you that likes that we're in the 40 to 60 range right now on Cadenza? Do you feel like you're more comfortable?
Yeah, it feels more sane because it has more basis in reality, like in relation to everything else. There's less mania going on right now. Yeah, there's definitely a
Which is good.
Yeah. I think it's a healthier. I want that like plateau of productivity in the hype cycle, whatever. I think that's what it's called. That's where I want to be. I want people to be making rational, healthy decisions about what to collect, not just promoting into projects.
People buying your project that knew nothing about it. I was getting pinged by people who were like, should I buy Cadenza? I'm like, and literally every time, the first thing I would reply is, what do you know about it?
Right. Yeah, that's great advice. Like money at a range. When I collect artists who I know have been creating high quality work and are committed to developing themselves as artists.
Do you feel pressure to justify how expensive this shit is? Like, are you like, fuck, this is awesome, shit. To just getting a sense of you, versus going deeper and chopping it up. Like, is there a part of you that's like, okay, this is amazing. This is
right.
I can't believe I can tell my parents somebody spent $3 million on a piece of my art.
Right.
Like, my brother and sister are like, what the fuck? Like, friends, family. I'm sure there's all these like fun stuff, but there has to be this nice. I mean, I'm dealing with you friends.
Yeah.
I'm out here spewing that I'm going to be Walt Disney, and I'm like,
right.
I really believe it. I fully expect to do it. I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing it.
Right.
But occasionally, in the shower, brushing my teeth, or anything, like this is like a real it's not even the Walt Disney. I'm going to build Disney. I actually fully believe that. It's the day in day out that like ping. The V friends bought ping. Somebody just spent $180,000 on this puppet.
Right.
And I drew it, and I'm going, man, I really have to. My brain goes immediately to, I'm not fucking killing for that puppet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the pressure from like the perspective of I want to live up to I guess the expectations in a certain way, right? Like I want to make the best. It's really helped me to raise the bar for the type of work that I'll produce now. Take it very seriously. But on the other hand, I know that I have to divorce myself from the market, and that the market doesn't reflect like the quality of the work, right? Like Cadenza sold it at one value at one time, they sold for a different value at a different time, and now they sell it at another value, and it's the exact same work. So clearly there's like some disconnect between the market and the quality of the work, right? And I think as the artist, like to let yourself sleep at night, just like you got to be more hands off.
That's what I tell any founder of every CFP project. I'm like, if you listen to your Discord and you care about the floor price, you're dead on arrival.
Yeah, most definitely. Like that's not where your head should be at as the artist. Like that's not how you create good work. That's not how you do your best work. That's not how you do the best, make the best choices for your collectors either. You have to and really make ethical and intelligent decisions about what you're doing.
Here to that. Are you working on more stuff now?
Yeah, the most stuff I've ever worked on at once.
And will these projects have different names? Like
yeah.
People refer to you as Cadenza now.
Yeah.
Are you going to keep that as your kind of monarchy, or
No. That's just one project, and you asked me to explain the name, and I glossed over that. I was trying to pick the name for the work, and sometimes I like to pick things that don't have a real strong inherent meaning, and so sometimes I use town names, oftentimes small Texas town names. I was looking around for one in Texas that fit, and nothing quite did, so I went to Google Maps and looked at Italy, it was kind of But every algorithm gets a new name, and
Before I die, I'm making this promise to myself. Before I die, hopefully in 55 years, I am going to buy a Fidenza while I'm in Fidenza.
yeah. You know, the mayor for Fidenza, the mayor for Fidenza DM'd me on Twitter, so I can help you set that up.
Yeah, can you look it up?
Yeah.
Where is it? What's the place?
It's like northern Italy. It's like 3 hours north of Rome. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's like there's literally nothing.
You literally are Google mapping.
Yeah.
You're looking at names. You like the name. You zoom in. You make sure that you kind of get a little like vibe from the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a special town. You know, it's just some town.
Art
Sure, it's
really
special, man.
excites me. This has been such a profound moment in my life.
People from that town feel
I had
special.
so much more of it in me than I ever showed the world.
Right.
But if you really peeled the onion, it was there. I'll give you an example. I don't know what about you doing Google Maps, Fidenza work made me just think about. I literally was talking to somebody just now, earlier this morning, and realized I love optimism more than anything.
Yeah.
Which led me to say, wait a minute, I have not done enough character development around the optimistic otter and friends.
Yeah.
And literally have been for the last 2 hours while I'm doing this podcast, thinking about my meetings and thinking about what I have to do. There's 3% of my brain that is working right now that I can feel that is ideating on how I have to make the optimistic otter a more important character in friends from a creative, artistic lens.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the otter going to do? Who's the otter's going to be? Am I going to make it a cartoon? Do I make that a video game? I love creativity.
Yeah, by the way, how does it feel for you to be an artist now? Do you think of yourself as an artist?
I used to always think of entrepreneurship as art. I really think being an entrepreneur is incredibly artistic.
Yeah.
If you're a purebred entrepreneur, you adore artists because you know your creativity, your lack of fear, if you're pure.
Yeah.
The problem with entrepreneurship is there's money.
Right.
What's also about art is starving artists is romantic and respected. The tough part of being an artistic entrepreneur is the money part clouds it and it can look dark.
Yeah.
But it's such a pure game of art.
Yeah. The motivation for the person running it, if they're doing it well, they almost certainly don't just care about the money, right? I think you have to care, or they barely care about the money, right?
I'm in a weird place where it's outside collateral noise to the process.
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. I'm grateful for it. It's not I'm not demonizing it. I love it for people. For me, it's all about freedom, which I don't think is just predicated about money.
Right.
But of course, money is one of the pillars of freedom, depending on how one looks at the world. I just like being artistic.
Yeah. And it seems like you're thinking deeply about at least the motivations for what you're doing, right? Optimistic otter, right? I love that. We need more optimism.
My why, when I I've been saying it, but only a few people are paying attention, aka a million. That's a lot less than 1 billion. When the world realizes what I'm actually fucking doing with this project, I'm very excited about the positivity and practicality that I'm going to bring into the world because of it.
Yeah. I think that's super important.
I've got to run to something, ironically, in Friends land. I'm sorry to cut this short. We'll have to do a part 2, but you're fantastic. I'm cheering for you heavy, and if I could ever be a help, just let me know.
Yeah, likewise. It's been a real pleasure.
Thanks, bro. Take care.
You too.
Once everybody in this room and this space understands what I just talked about, it doesn't matter what the language is going to say. You're not going to sign the deal in the first place. When you just know,
Works in progress. Thank you for tapping in.
When you have 7 million followers on TikTok, you're going to find 10,000 people that are going to give you $800 for a piece of your back end.